this copy is huge, and I'm gonna analyze it in probably two videos. I don't know if I may, it's possible to analyze in more than one, but I mean, I'm gonna try it, right? So, yep, this copy is from, I guess it's from Frank Kern, and it was made by a guy called Neil Strauss, aka Style, the pickup artist that is selling a pickup artist course, I guess, or book, whatever. And it's the first time I'm gonna read it as my part of my challenge of reading a copy a day. I'm Felipe and I'm from Brazil. Let's start this, right? Let's start this. So it's the most sought after seduction system in the world, but you cannot buy this secret system unless you swear never to reveal it to anyone. So this this is interesting. This headline is based only on the exclusivity of the thing. This is exclusive. Not everyone can have this, and you're lucky to be here, right? You're a lucky person if you have this secret system. Secret, right? This word secret is meant to have some impact on the the new factor, as I said here lots of times, and also the secret. Everyone likes secrets. Okay, so let's begin this copy based on exclusivity. No, I'm not kidding, but only 375 insiders will ever be exposed to the privately held game techniques of the man acknowledged as the world's greatest pickup artist, Neil Strauss. Even Orlando Bloom, during a Rolling Stone interview, picked Neil's brain for hours about his techniques, confessing that Neil had experienced things with women he never had. This is mega hot material destined to set the seduction community on fire. It's guaranteed to piss off all the posers claiming to have the inside track on seduction techniques and boost the skill level of those who act. Actually, it's so damn powerful, he's named it the annihilation method. Okay, so once again here he's claiming that this thing is very exclusive, very scarce, right? Privately held game. So this kind of resonates with it's a new thing, it's a secret thing. With the man acknowledged as the world's greatest pickup artist, building authority, incredibility here. Even Orlando Bloom, like it's a little bit of social proof already of his. It's like a testimonial of his authority, right? So yeah, so this hot material, common enemy here, I guess. Okay, so let's continue. The annihilation method warning. Well over 32,583 people have begged and pleaded for this intense mega course, but only 375 copies of the annihilation method have been produced. Once again, scarcity. 375 out of 32,000, whatever, you do the math. That means that less than 1% of the people wanting these courses will actually get their hands on it. So that's a very interesting trick. Very, very interesting trick. He's using like the scarcity of the thing to bring like some sort of exclusivity and to make like you have the reader have this sense of to actually beg to buy, not to hard buy the product instead of the seller trying to hard sell. So it kind of inverses the roles. This is a very interesting technique used in here. Less than 1% of the people wanting this course will actually get their hands on it. This is incredibly interesting. 1%. You see, These techniques are so powerful that even the cameraman who filmed it has become a master pickup artist, okay? Interesting. But unfortunately, 99% of the people who want the tell-all annihilation method will never see it. Once again, exclusivity, scarcity. And I mean never. Everyone who buys it has to sign an ironclad non-disclosure agreement, okay? Credibility. And the chances are, by the time you get halfway through reading this letter, you will be completely sold out. Don't waste another second. Click here now to reserve your spot. Click here for the annihilation method. Okay, so now he already placed a CTA here. Pretty interesting. Because of the whole exclusivity approach, very hardcore approach he used in here. So he has already the authority to use the CTA so soon. But then, for those who didn't got so convinced, he wrote a letter. Dear fellow pickup artist, you're reading a letter that I never thought I would write. However, the number of calls and emails from people desperate to purchase the annihilation method seems to keep growing and growing. Here's a little bit of social proof, and with a good reason. The annihilation method has proven to be the most effective and most powerful collection of pickup techniques ever to be produced. I know lots of people other people that claim that, but here are the facts. Within just 3 days of learning the annihilation method, 5 men, most of whom could barely talk to go, were running around town, making out with girls in clubs and pulling them back home. Kelsey here, he tells us this thing is very fast. Right? You can have results very quick. Right? And here's the kicker. None of these guys had movie star good looks, fat bank accounts, or fame. So objections being killed here. You don't need to be rich, incredibly beautiful, or be famous to pick up girls like these guys. Objections being destroyed. In fact, some of them were under their 40s, some were overweight, some were balding, some were short, and some were barely out of school. More objections. And most of all, and almost all of them believed it was impossible to walk up to a girl they didn't know and instantly create a powerful magnetic attraction. Once again, bringing the, the easy thing to the game. But after the first day, their concept of what was possible was shattered. They came from all walks of life. When I decided to put on an exclusive workshop to teach the annihilation method, I wanted a group of men who couldn't have been more different, just to prove to all the naysayers out there that you don't need anything special to attract a good woman. And in the end, that's what happened. Out back, the middle-aged professional glamper from Las Vegas, tall, gray hair, and an age-weathered face, Outback came to my Hollywood Hills home looking for one thing, a wife. He got into the point in his life where he was looking to settle down, and with his warm southern drawl and caring eyes, you could tell that he had a lot of love to share. He just didn't know how to do it. After he learned the annihilation method, he went out and within days found a great woman he got into a serious relationship with. Indiana came to my workshop with a dark cloud hanging over his head. He was an engineer by trade and had a hard time relating to other people. And to top it off, though he looked good after having lost almost 150 pounds, he still saw himself as an ugly 300-pound man. I'm not gonna lie, Indiana worried me the most going into the annihilation method workshop. I thought if I was going to fail, it would be with him. That's why the next night I was nearly knocked off my feet with surprise when I saw him making out with a hot Asian girl in the club. So here's I'm not gonna read all of them. But I mean, this is just basically to tell like, look, this is, you know, these guys, if these weird, fat, ugly guys did it, you can do it too. That's basically what's he saying, right? Breaking more objections and saying and building that feeling of, look, if this guy did it, you can do it too. Basically, zone like if like so many other men had self-esteem issues, pointing out things that the reader might have, like self-esteem issues, bald, poor, fat. He spoke so quietly you could barely hear him. You know, the reader instantly identifies and see, okay, so if a guy like me did it, I can do it well as well. See, he was balding, a disheveled, and carried more than a little bitterness about his appearance. In fact, he reminded me of myself in the old days. He was even a reporter, and being a reporter, I had to spend the first 15 minutes of the workshop convincing him he was not a scam. I actually had to bet him $100 that by the time the animation method ran its course, he'd be a machine when it came to picking up women. Needless to say, I won the bet. So it's basically, of course, he's building social proof in here. A lot of, a lot of proof in here. Not actually social proof, a lot of proof. And, yeah, this guy was the young, good-looking kid, but wasn't happy with the results he was getting. And he had a serious inner game putting him back, so he didn't feel worthy nonetheless. Like, oh, Jesus, he wanted more. And boy, did he. Okay, so this covers most of the objections, most of the types of readers that he has. So people will just be, okay, I identify with this. Okay, Neil Strauss has spent the past 2 years turning himself into one of the best pickup artists in the world. He's gotten so good that he even teaches others. I can get any guy to go up to the most unapproachable, stunning girl and make her interested, make her laugh, and make her love him, he says. With his shaved head, goatee, and slender frame, he resembles an emaciated Howie Mendo. But the dude's got game. The series of techniques he has adapted from a secretive community of seduction artists that can be and look and hook the hottest of women better than if he looked like Brad Pitt. Okay, this part builds basically credibility because it's Associated Press. So, oh, this guy has been on Associated Press. He's actually good. These teachings literally changed their lives, and they can do the same for you. So it once again establishes that thing. If these guys did this, you can do it too. Yeah. So what's being sold here is the lives being changed, right? Not actually picking up women. Here's the emotion, right? Self-esteem, feel important, stuff like that. As I progressed from AFC, average frustrated chump, to Pua, master pickup artist, I met a lot of guys who had been learning pickup forever but weren't getting any better. So after the game came out, I decided to figure out exactly what enabled me to become supposedly, the game is his book, I guess. I read it. Exactly what enabled me to become supposedly the best pickup artist in the world while other guys were still virgins, spinning their wheels. I wanted to bottle it up and use it to help other guys. So I researched all my notes, talked to every pickup artist I knew, interviewed nearly every woman I had been with, and that still hasn't enough. In the last year, the lid on the seduction community tactics have been blowing me wide open. Well, they're even writing bad versions of our nags into mainstream TV show these days. In short, the girls are getting wiser to our tricks. And the worst part is, I knew this would happen. Why? Because the same stuff happened to me before the book even came out. Every girl I met was on guard because they thought I'd run game on them. So I had to do something to fix things. I went back to the drawing board. It was scary. I was like a mad scientist or something, scribbling down pages of notes, reinventing the game, and notebooks filled with boxes and soon closets. Okay. So this part builds it's basically a storytelling that, tells like how I did this and how the goals are getting wise to a trick. So he had kind of creates a sense of he has to create something new because people like stuff that are new, right? The most part, whatever. Okay, let's become here. Then I sat down and went through these ideas with a fine tooth comb and started to develop an entirely new. See, he built that anticipation for the new, right? The new method of seduction that could easily be learned and implemented. So it can be easily learned. People like easy stuff. I wanted other guys to experience what I had experienced in today's much tougher environment. Okay. So after devoting years to perfecting my game, I want to go out leaving a legacy for the future. That legacy is the annihilation method. Click here to get the annihilation method already. Another CTA. He continues, my dilemma. Here's a problem, the problem I face. Frankly, I'm concerned the annihilation method might become too well known and get used without responsible guidelines. That's why I spent a fortune of copy protection software that my friends in the entertainment business use to hunt down file shares and bleed them dry. And that's why I almost never released it in the first place. In the wrong hands, this is dangerous. The annihilation method has proven to be the most effective and most powerful collection of pickup art techniques ever to be produced. Period. Interesting. Okay. He kind of builds here an explanation, a semi-explanation of why those courses, why just 370 whatever courses will be sold. Because he's concerned the annihilation method might become too well known and used without responsible guidelines. So they kind of build some explanation of the reason of the scarcity, because you cannot just say, okay, I'm just gonna sell 300 and whatever, and I don't care about my profits. But now he kind of creates some explanation for that, because people will ask, why are you dumb? Why are you gonna sell just 300? Are you fucking dumb? You don't want to be rich? So he kind of explains, okay, I want my method to succeed, right? So I'm selling to a few people so they can succeed and not be, period. And when you even mention that you have knowledge like this powerful, people instantly break down your doors begging for a taste of it. I actually have the rock stars I used to idolize calling me for date advices saying, I'd like to speak to style, not Neil. Once again, credibility. It's gonna be you. And what's more, it doesn't matter if you've ever attended a life training. It doesn't matter if you've never approached a woman in your life. It doesn't matter if you're a rank beginner or have struggling with your games for decades. And it doesn't matter if you still think I'm lying to you about how easy this is. So more objections being destroyed. Nope. The only thing that matters is your desire to attract the most beautiful, intelligent, and passionate women in the world. Just listen to what happened to Wise Guy after he learned the annihilation method. Testimonial to bring credibility. Man, I cannot thank you enough. Your class has made such a difference in my life. I love my life. I love who I am, and I owe a lot it directly to you. So here's the emotional thing, right? He's not selling you how to pick up goals. He's selling a life changing skill, right? I'm sure you get these kinds of letters all the time, but I'm also sure that they do not get old. I have to tell you that I have my doubts. But I have to say that you're 100% right. I use everything and it all works. It's really starting to come together for me. I even used the pen 15 trick the other night and I swear it got me laid. I don't really know how to thank you. Just suffice it to say that I'm absolutely a believer in the annihilation method. So here he creates a little bit of curiosity. What is this pen 15 trick? I need to know. I will click now to reserve my copy. See? The fact is, this shit works. And it works fast. fast. People like fast stuff. Here's a taste of what you get in the annihilation method. I've done all the work for you. This means you will not have to spend like lots of hours, years studying. Look, this pile of books he shows right here kind of creates, oh my god, if I read all of this, I would spend lots of times, lots of years I need to buy this well organized and clear. What's the name of the thing? I forgot. Annihilation method. I need this method because I don't want to spend this much time reading whatever books he's reading. See? I've done all the work for you. I spent too long years in the trenches doing the research to discover every secret pickup technique in existence. So he's emphasizing the pain you would have to face if you would learn by yourself. So the best option is to purchase the annihilation method. If there was a remnant of a technique, even on the other side of the globe, I hunted it down. If there was a guy claiming to teach the art of seduction in some godforsaken corner of the country, I found him. If there was a whisper of a secret anywhere, I tested it. In my years in the seduction community, I studied every single book, CD, video course, and seminar I could find, but I was never satisfied with what was given to me. The truth is, 99% of what you hear is either played out or never really worked that well in the first place. It wasn't until I was out in the field testing and developing techniques that I figured out how to truly make any woman do what you want. And yes, it's much more detonating than anything you read in my books or online. So this brings a lot of more new thing. This is much more detonating than anything you read in my books. And yep. And when I decided I wanted to release the annihilation method to a select few, I sat down to create a course that was unlike anything you've ever seen. First of all, this is not a downloadable course. Okay. What you see in the picture at the top of this page is the real deal. It's shipped to you in a big heavy box. You can hold it in your hand, smell it, and taste it. That's a thing. It'll always be around for you if you want to refer to it. Whether you want to watch it on TV, listen to it in your car, or read it in your bed at night. This is a full-blown course, hands down like nothing you ever see again. You get 8 high-quality DVDs. I've always been disappointed with the quality of some of the other videos courses out there. Most of them are just a static camera with a far-away shot of some guy standing on stage, droning and on and on. Not here. I got a award-winning production crew to come and film in the seminar. These DVDs will rival anything you see on TV. We also filmed the DVDs in my home in the Hollywood Hills in clubs around Hollywood. You won't be stuck in some boring seminar rooms for all 8 DVDs. Not only that, but we captured real-life footage of the final 5 at work in the field, with my running commentary about their progress. That's correct. You will actually see the annihilation method used on women in clubs for the first time in history. Strauss annihilation seminar is coming on DVD. It was there. I was there, and it was insane. They brought 2 girls back from the club, and all of them took turn gaming in the living room. Okay, so basically showing the advantages you get compared to other courses, right? So this is the best option because you have the best of the best, exclusivity, a little bit more social proof by Mystery. Mystery is the greatest pickup artist ever. Finally, we have some amazing guests speak at the seminar, including the world famous Mystery, Hypnotica, and Steve P. Remember the guy who has women pay him for sex? But more importantly, the dynamic information contained in these DVDs cannot be found anywhere else. So now he shows like the content. DVD 1, the Forbidden Las Vegas Technique Revealed. This DVD reveals my unique new system for creating a powerful reality that gets you exactly what you want in life, love, and career. It's the foundation upon which everything else the inertia method is built. So, my unique new system. Nothing else to say, right? Curiosity is built to extreme with this. When you create like names to stuff, create names to methods, people want to know these things. Las Vegas method. What? TBD2 segmentation deploying stealth openers. Ever wondered how exactly to enter into any set of groups and easily command attention without setting up off alarm bells? In this DVD, I go over my covert tactics that will help you to fly under the radar. Invisible openers caught on tape. Every loser is going around in clubs nowadays using the same material over and over again. The girls are catching on, but now I've developed completely new ways of opening sets that no one has ever heard of before. Much it builds more new thing, right? What's more, the woman will never know you're using material on her, even if she's read the game. I read the game. Pretty cool book. Instant attraction, high octane value building. We all know that social proof in demonstrating high value is essential in creating powerful attraction fast. In this DVD, I take actual girls I pick up at night. I take actual girls I picked up the night before and demonstrate value building tactics on them live. You actually get to see their reactions as the unleashing method takes effect. Okay. I'm not gonna read. Behind the lines, covering club videos of puas in action. If you ever wonder how these tactics are actually delivered and fear, wonder no longer. In this DVD, we follow the final 5 into the club and show them using the unleashing method to pick up women. And what's more, you get my director's commentary on this DVD, and as I comment on what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. So lots of curiosity, right? Instant inner game, how to be a master of your mind and hers. In this DVD, we have special guests Hypnotica, also known as Rasputin, and Steve P, who share some of their powerful belief-altering techniques for building massive, powerful inner game quickly. These are the guys who did me the inner game change work on me in the book, and you'll see them bring about instant transformations within the final 5. Plus, they reveal the Iron Man psychological trigger that system that instantly infuses your every core with unshakable confidence. DVD 7 Mystery and Style, advanced techniques for making her come to you. Mystery, the man who got me started, whatever. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna make a second part because this video is getting too long, and I'm gonna make a second part. So see you guys in the second part.